is so strong. Three, two, one.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive and offensive disclaimer content. This is by the Rift Nation Network. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners might find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violent, explicit language, or controversial subjects. Triggering content included and discussions related to mental health, trauma, and other sensitive issues. Explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or our hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please contact a qualified expert. Welcome, everybody. How we doing? My God, I'll tell you, this is welcome to Becon in the Dark, guys. I'm Sue, and
I'm Marci.
So this is Beacon in the Dark, and don't forget to like and subscribe and follow all of the Rift Nation Network channels. So I just figured I'd do chat, and it's a really good thing I did because I figured with everything that Marci went through last week, and I was kind of by myself, just kind of, and everybody was kind of helping me along there. So that was, pretty cool with that while Marcy was going through what she was going through. And then all of a sudden, I had a wonky day today. I'm like, literally, Marcy's like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, wow, okay, I gotta go.
I kept on looking because you
I'm
usually
like,
like 20 minutes before, and I'm like, and then Howie pops up his thing. I'm like, where's Susan? Susan MIA.
oh my God, it's been a day of nonstop errands. And I had to go to the bank twice to fix a debit card issue that it just like, so my errands got run late. And then I was sitting down, I'm watching Hercules with my man, and I'm watching that, the whole series. And I'm sitting there and I'm knitting. And then all of a sudden I get a bling and I go, shit. So, welcome. This happens to us. So, hey, Mr. Odell's in the house. The Phoenix is in the house. Linda Nelson's in the house. Rebecca Owens is in the house as well. So, tonight, I thought we could do an open chat. What do you guys need assistance and help with? So, what's going on? So, been a busy month and week, and next month, oh my. Yeah, that's from Linda Nielsen. Oh my God, it's just been, and then with Marcy, hello, Monica S. And with Marcy getting used to how to work with her diabetes. So, if she'd like
Well,
to,
the
you
story
know,
behind that, because I've been reading up on it, I just started off with a blister on my foot.
mhm.
And I thought it was simple. So then I tried all different medications. My friend Laura worked at pharmacy. She said you use foot cream. I put Neosporin on it. I put like a foot powder, and it
Mhm.
got worse. And so on last Thursday, I called Walgreens because I do have a call-in nurse. You got to pay for that. And she's like, you need to go to the ER. And then I went to urgent care and paid more money for that. And they're like, you need to go to the ER. So I'm sitting there and I hear my guides going, it's for a reason.
Ah.
And that's why I just thought I'd tell you. And I read about, they have different reasons why we get sick. Like the Alzheimer's, it's like people
Mhm.
have a feeling of powerlessness or low
Mhm.
self-esteem. No, the diabetes is powerlessness. And
Yeah.
so I sat there and I flashed on and tried to pull out, like, I saw my father's energy coming out. It, you know, because I'm turning 63 next month, the nurse says sometimes our bodies shift.
Yeah.
But, as far as what's going on, because everything else was pretty much fine. So when I was in the hospital room, they're like, "Oh, you have diabetes." I'm like, "No, I don't." And they're like, "Your
Mhm.
glucose is, 300." I didn't know what the glucose was, you know. And so for 4 or 5 days, it was on antibiotics because my foot was not healing. They were glad that I did try different things going on, but
Yeah.
again, the internet is so stupid. They're like, oh, you just sterilize a needle and you just poke it and drain it, and all the doctors like, no. And so that false information that they do, and I wasn't going to do that anyway. But
Wow.
in between the diabetes and my foot, it took a long time for my foot, because of the diabetes, to get back to being healed.
Yeah, because when you have diabetes, it takes longer to heal.
Right. But I didn't know
Yeah.
I had it.
Yeah.
So
And that's me going on freak out. I could have sworn she said she was in the thousands. And I'm like, how is she breathing? How is she alive?
I'm in the
I was
what?
on total freak out.
Susan, I was in the what?
Thousands. That's what I thought you said. I was in
Oh,
total freak
oh,
out
I
mode.
would have been dead.
Yeah,
No,
that's
they're
what I'm
like,
saying. I'm saying, wow, I can't believe she was talking to me and she's in the thousands. What's going on? Is she going to be all right? What's going to happen? I was in total freak out mode. So
yeah,
it took me a bit to
it was
calm
so
down.
high because when you're
Um,
diabetic, you're supposed to be 150. I
yeah,
was 300. So,
yeah,
a lot of like blood thinners, a lot of heart testing, a lot of different things going on
yeah.
that they do. And it's just, I guess this is my new normal. One nurse said it can change. I still can't prick my finger, but I'll deal with that when I go to my thing. But
Yeah.
it's just the new normal. And
And
just,
that's, yeah, exactly. And I wanted Marcy to bring that up because guys, things change constantly.
well, there's no warning
Yeah.
whatsoever. It's just all of a sudden your body's like, okay, I've had enough. We're sick now, you know. And so that's why I said, get yourself checked
Yeah.
because everybody goes borderline diabetes. And then Susan and I were chatting, a few days ago
Yep.
and did some tones on her boyfriend.
Yep. JR doing some tones on him. So, it was just, I think on my end, because she lives so far away from me, even though we've known each other for a while, it's difficult when you have somebody that's going through something you've never experienced yourself, which is why we share a lot of our personal
Or good or bad
experiences.
or ugly.
Yeah, just to let you guys know you're not alone.
Well, and
So
that's
then, of
why,
course, the awesome thing about this family, there's a couple of other hosts that are actually diabetic as well on the Rift Nation Network, and they are very helpful. You need any assistance, give me a
oh,
call.
I know, and I
So yeah,
appreciate that.
and this to me, this is like an awesome family. It was a win-win because they calmed me down for a bit. And because even though she was the one with diabetes, I was the one at freak out. So
There were a few other people that were concerned about me also.
yeah,
I talked to one of my staff members yesterday.
yeah.
Um, there's a few people I talked to, and just, are you okay? And then because my Alzheimer's client is so observant, I
Right,
went in and walked a little bit, and then it just got worse. So I was able to put my shoes on, walk normal.
right.
Uh, my other staff member cooked the dinner. She did a big thing of spaghetti, so she
Yeah,
emptied the garbage. It was like pulling together because I've helped them out, and that's what it's all about.
yeah.
You know.
And that's what it should be about, and that's what Beacon in the Dark was built on. It was when I first got the Howie was talking to me, I told him I had an idea. I want to be able to help a lot of people, because I do have a very goofy personality. I do. But
Well,
I
that's what we
want to
get
be able to
along.
help people with certain issues. And so, so it was like there's certain things, there's issues, there's healing, psychological, mental, physical. You could do that in many different ways. So, and I'm saying, oh, I got all this, experience and things that I don't even use anymore. And then Marcy comes back around, and then she started twice a week, and it was like, Marcy, guess what? Let's host it together. So and it works that way, and it's an awesome situation.
Well,
So
and also with two
yeah,
people, because I tried doing my own radio show. I don't know, like 15 years ago, and it, the more we have people confirming things, like two people talking back and forth, or two or three, because when one person comes in and talks,
right.
like I can't stand Long Island Medium. The girl gives me a headache. You know.
I don't watch TV, so I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh no, she's a long. She'll come in and she'll walk up to people and say, "Oh, your brother died," da 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 da, or this or
Yeah,
that, and it's like you don't do that, you know. It's just, but
yeah,
she's now famous and she was on SNL and
yeah.
she goes
See,
and gets
I don't
people.
watch TV at all.
Well,
I
it's just,
watch reruns that I can actually watch from start to finish. But Rebecca Owens says That's one of the reasons, according to some studies, that women are living longer. We have our communal bonds, such as this, and helps us chat and
Well, it's the
support and
oxytocin.
share. Yes,
It's the oxytocin, like when women are together, like, I was touching, my staff member,
right,
just, it's, they have, like, with mothers with children, women around each other, the
right,
oxytocin exchanges, and so people
right.
feel better.
Exactly, exactly.
And it's an
And
energy level also too. So,
you
you
know,
know,
and things like I said, and I've said this also with chakras, we can actually develop certain conditions because our chakras are off balance, or in Marcy's case, she's not releasing some stuff that she has to release, or anything could be coming up and around. And because our body chemistry changes every 7 years, it's something that we need to look at as
or
well.
trigger, whatever. And
Yes,
that's
we need each other, from Linda Nielsen says, we do.
and we
Whether
do.
it's
And
just a bunch of girls clucking, as guys say, they cluck like hens, or whether there's some gentlemen that want to come on here and want another biased opinion because we're not involved in your situation. That's fine too. You need some toenaling, that's fine too. You know, it's just all about us being there for you guys. So I thought today you can ask anything your little heart desires. So, and I haven't really researched the subject, which is probably a good idea because I've one hell of a busy day. Really busy
well,
day.
it's kind of like with my tones. Men men respond like JR did
Yeah.
really well. And I used to have a friend, and her husband was Native American, and they had really big brother, all, and they're like, Marcy, we love your tones. So you would see these big Native Americans going, "Ah,"
Yeah.
and I think because it's not emotional, it does hit, and JR confirmed all that stuff.
Yeah, I
You
did.
know, the male energy in animals, and I'm sending Susan different things about the deep sounds and the extraterrestrials and the sounds,
Yeah,
and
he listens to a lot of that on YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of the YouTube stuff as far as like certain sounds and frequencies, and certain metals too, he was just looking up. One was copper in one hand, and
well, copper is a conductor.
what's the other metal? Yeah, there was two together,
Well, they have
and
brass, copper. They make bracelets with, like, brass, copper, and something other.
it's the same thing that this one is made out of, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm having a brain fart. So, but what it is it's something that the Egyptians used to use. And again, this is all information I get from him. So if I can
Right.
actually just get over into this thing to find out, get out of there, get out of there, not you, stupid phone. Hold on. So when you hold these two particular metals together, it has to do with energy,
Right.
like bringing in positive energy, but also releasing some negative energy as well. And the name of the metal is, oh, come on. I don't care if it's an ivory patent. Hold on. Let me get into my other one here.
zinc,
You do that, I'm gonna hit a
Zinc.
phone.
Thank you. He just came in. He goes, zinc.
Oh, zinc. Okay.
Zinc. So, according to the Egyptians, and again, this comes from JR, he finds the most fascinating things. You hold a rod of, we'll pretend these are the rods. Say this is a copper rod in your right hand and the zinc rod in your left. And that helps balance your energy and your frequencies. It's something that the Egyptians used to do a long time ago. And according to the research that he did, um, it's it's the let's open up there. So according to the research he did, it's one actually brings in the positive, the other one gets rid of the negative, but it also gets rid of all the smog, not just the energy, the
Well,
bioenergy as well.
when you do black obsidian with crystal, because the black
Yeah.
obsidian is to do with the subconscious, and you hold it. I think this is it's like, um,
Yeah,
is
I
it
got
like,
some behind me. Yep,
yeah,
black
so
obsidian.
you hold that, and then the crystal, and that's also the negative positive energy that's going on.
Exactly.
Susan,
Yeah,
I gotta do a
exactly.
tone because they're coming in strong.
That's okay. Howie said, Marcy, I need my tones.
Maybe that's why.
I heard a bell in that one. He goes, not what I said.
I'm gonna hit a low one.
Do you need my tones, Marcy? He said.
You can do your tone. Nobody's stopping you, Susan.
Oh, not me. Not me. I can't tone.
Oh,
No.
no.
How many people do you want me to scare?
That's just it's a practice. Just like I can't
Yeah.
sing regularly. That's the left side of the brain.
Mm.
It's like just doing your body. The eighth level Chiron had is 12 levels of the DNA, and the eighth is to do with self healing. So the tones just affect to hit your body, so it tells what it does to heal itself.
Yeah. See, when I listen to Marcy's tones when she sits there and chats with me, usually with me, and again, let me know if it's different with you guys, but with me, when she does the higher tones, I can feel it all up in
That's
my
all the
my
cosmic,
crown
yeah.
chakra and my third eye and stuff. But when she does the lower ones, for some reason, it vibrates through my whole body. And I think it was the mid tone that hit him hard. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it was
I'm
the
gonna
mid
hit a low
tone, yeah.
one. It doesn't feel like it's me. That one felt really old.
Yeah, see, that is like a tone like that just kind of like vibrates everywhere. It's like I can feel it. It's almost like my body's going.
Well, it's
It's, I
supposed
really
to
I
be
enjoy it.
it's supposed to be 442, and they have all around the world different places. Like in Malta, you can go into a cave and you can actually feel the energy rebalancing. They have
Yeah.
in India. It's been around for thousands of years.
Yeah, it has. You figure like Native Americans when they're singing, they're actually singing vowels.
Right.
That's some of the vowels they're singing, the A-E-I-O-U. But there's words in there too. But most of the time when they're doing their, we'll say the native tones, a lot of that is vowels. So it's pretty cool. But
Well,
you research guys and you find out really cool information. Or my man researches and he sends me this stuff, and that's how I find out the really cool information.
and there's a Northern Lights. They're like do light codes because I do that also, and then
Yeah,
I'll switch into that. And even if I wanted to consciously do what I was doing, you
yeah,
know, but they say the Native Americans, they were in touch with the extraterrestrials, and a lot of that's what that language is.
yeah. I have to agree with that. I do. Because it's like natives. Yeah, they know. It's like no big deal to them. They
Well,
already know.
well, remember what I read to you. I don't know if you want me to read it live or not. Remember that thing I told you about that I got in 1989?
Yeah,
That channeled writing,
yeah. That was from
Master Rayon.
yeah, that was from a Native American friend of yours.
Well, it was
I
Master
think.
Rayon, but it was
Yeah,
talking about, you know, because I was 29 at that point, and there was a lot of chaos. A
yeah,
lot of chaos with my boyfriend. You know, trying to figure out where I was going to live or what I was going to do, and
yeah.
went up there and did a whole bunch of healings up in Spokane. Um, but it was talking about the sounds and listen, and the Native American have the sacred sounds as far as what's going on.
Yeah.
The drumming, the energies, and Susan's like, "How old were you there?" I said, "I was 29."
I was just curious. I don't know why. I get these really curious questions about that. But, guys, if there is a topic you want to touch on or something that you guys need to talk about, that's what we're
Feel
here for.
free.
Because
We're just
otherwise,
babbling.
we're just going to chit chat back and forth. This is open chat, is what it is. We're here for you tonight. And I thought rather than have something explained or teach, right now it's just getting Marci back to balanced and just open chat about what it is you guys need, because things change. Things are constantly changing in our lives, and we don't know from one moment to the next what it is that we need. We
Well, yeah.
never do.
When I was in the hospital, they're like, "You're diabetic." I'm like, "No, I'm not." You know. And then now this is like the new normal.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're gonna switch into gears. We're gonna change our diet. I talked to Susan a little bit, and it's
Yep.
just it's constantly adjusting our energies. It's when we resist
Right.
and we deny and we push all that stuff down. Oh, I'm fine. Everything's good. Then that's where the diseases happen because we're not
Exactly.
allowing or releasing whatever it is that you know we don't want to hear, or
Yeah.
we're not ready to hear, or whatever it is going on.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it is diet, and sometimes it's a combination of things. So there's a lot of different things. Howie was chuckling at the last comment. He was chuckling over there. So um let's try to think. Guys, there's different modalities of like healing. And there's also different levels. There's physical, there's emotional, there's psychological. So, which type of healing works with what one? So, psychological, you assume it would be talking, or is it?
Well, one of the things that's different with me compared to psychologists is when I do my tones and I clear out the energy, it's like it's non-linear. So a past life energy might come out.
Yes,
A post-traumatic might come out with
exactly.
whatever is parallel. The psychology and my friend Janine, she's very intuitive. She's a great psychologist. She's helped me on stuff, and she calls herself the soul doctor, and she's in Spain, and she's trying to build her business. And she's done like ETZs. I forgot what it is with electromagnetic. She did one on me on my voice, which
Oh,
was
wow.
really interesting,
Yeah,
and the colors and the whole thing on that. So the thing with the psychologist is it may take you a little bit. By the time you surface whatever it is, your hour's up. And so it goes back into your system and it swims
yeah,
around more
yeah.
unless you work through whatever it is that goes on.
The shadow work, the behind the scenes
Yeah,
work.
because I mean,
Yeah,
I'll be at the casino for like 2, 3 hours and then something will finally surface.
yeah. We have a question here. I
Sure.
do have a question, says Linda. We are all connected, correct? People talk about cutting cords from people we no longer involved with or shredding. But if we are connected, how does that actually work?
Well, when I was talking to Elohim about that, when Abby was trans channeling, they said we don't cut the cords, we burn the cords
Yes.
because the cords burn back. What it is, it's like as I'm continuing, like I worked on myself this morning,
Mm.
there were like old roots. where the root's coming from, where they
Exactly.
think. So we'll get these thought patterns, these energies, whatever it is that's going on, and then they'll just die and they'll stay stagnant. As far as the cords, we're still connected to those people, but it's like they can either be very thin wires, or the more connection you have with these people, the they could be ropes. It's like when I first started doing this when I was like 18, and my boyfriend had to move to Florida,
Right.
but I would hear him all the time. He
Right.
still is in my dreams. Everybody thinks he's dead. I haven't seen him for like 40 years,
Right.
but we're having dreams where he's holding me, or I'm never going to let you go. Whatever those connections are, and as several other relationships that I've had,
Mm.
they pop up over because whatever we don't finish in the physical, we're going to work through on the astral.
Yeah.
And
It's
so,
true.
like I was saying, that last exercise I said before is you vision the person, because all of a sudden you'll start thinking, and it's not you thinking, it's them, and you think you're going
Sometimes.
crazy,
Yeah.
the
Sometimes.
telepathy,
Yeah.
the energies. So if you visualize the person and you face to face, I start at the feet. I look at their connections, their wires, their
Yeah.
energies, and move all the way up, you know, all the way up to the top of my head or more, and I burn the cords. And then I'll go back down. And that will get you more neutralized energy that's going on, where
Right.
they don't have those hooks into you that they did before. Because I have decorded so many people.
Some individuals can't generally see the courts.
Right. Well, that's
And
what.
so to me, and again, this is one of the things that I do is, of course, at night I'll just say, please burn all the cords that are not for my highest and best good before I go to sleep. But I try to put my feelers out of where the negativity is coming from, and then that's what I choose to step away from. To me, myself, as somebody that doesn't actually physically see cords, I step away from the negative situation. And sometimes I will step totally back to revamp myself and then go forward. So
Well,
I
and
don't, yeah, I
you can
don't really
also.
put it on the other individual because it's my fault the way I reacted. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I
Well,
look at it.
you could just visualize you and that other person like
Mhm.
on fire. The kundalini, the cleansing, the death, the
Yeah.
rebirth, and just that way you don't have to specify where it is. It's just overall cleaning
Yeah.
as to what's going on,
Yeah.
and release that energy that goes on, so that they're not hooked into you.
Exactly, and that's what it is. I think, I don't remember a couple of weeks ago, or I say it all the time, if they're not paying you rent to rent space in your head, kick them out.
Right.
So in this, like I said, there's many different ways. So you're getting two perspectives over here, which is pretty awesome. My question is it beneficial to me to listen to sleep healing frequencies at night as I go to sleep? Now I'll field that one first, and then we'll let Marci take over because as far as what we're dealing with, and I this is part of my holistic counseling thing. When we are sleeping, we're more open to have certain things come to us. Some of us dream, some of us are more open. So listening to a healing frequency at night, your brain is going to absorb that energy a little bit easier than during the day, because sometimes during the day our brains are so busy we're not relaxing. But when we're sleeping, a lot of us are more, we can quiet the mind better that way is what we can what and again that's mine.
Well, I mean, I've named myself so many different things through the years,
Yeah.
and the theta, tones, healing, energy, tarot, ascension. But the theta also stands for the 4.8 hertz in your brain, which is the dreamlight state.
Right.
So when people listen to my tones on the YouTube, they
Mhm.
use it to go to sleep.
Yeah.
They use it to wind down as far as that energy that's
Right.
going on. Where you're relaxed. Like when I was in the hospital, um, they had it's funny. I had this person that was next to me, and um, she had the TV on all the time, and she would flip the channel. I didn't turn the TV on because in between the nurses talking, she had company over. She had different things going on. I wanted to stay in that Zen state as much as possible. I didn't want to overstimulate my brain.
Right.
So, she would fall asleep and then she had on her impractical jokers. So, during the middle of the night, I was, I couldn't hear,
Yeah.
and then I'd wake up, she'd be watching cartoons or she'd be watching, like, I go, you watch a variety of different shows that are going
Yeah.
on. So I try to stay as much as possible in that mode to not overstimulate and also what if Dr. Phil verified it, you don't multitask. Your brain is not set up for multitasking. We were
Mm.
we were set up to go out and pick berries. Men were set up to go hunt. He was talking about how much energy it takes to go from the neurons from one side of the brain to the other,
Mm-hmm.
just to do all these different things. And they also had a study where they had an hour, and they had some people that did one thing every 10 minutes, you
Yeah.
know, compared to let's do three or four different things, within an hour. Well, the
Yeah.
ones with the three or four different things that are going on, they didn't get as much accomplished. You
Okay.
know,
So does this mean yes for the sleep tones or no for the
oh
sleep
yeah,
tones?
yes
What
for
is
the
your
sleep.
opinion? Sorry.
No, it's okay. I
I
guess
got it's been a busy day. I got a little lost.
it's okay. No, sleep tones. People would turn on my channel just to fall asleep and relax.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And so, yeah, I agree. I think that the sleep tones is our sleep tones or sleep frequencies, whatever you guys choose to listen to. I think it's a really good idea because then it's like I said, it opens you up a little bit more. So Miss Rebecca Owens says, let's see, I visualize a connection like our Stardust connection as permanent. We have that with everyone IMHO. I don't know, other connections after we meet a person that we cut at some point. I'm able to visualize this and sever. That's awesome. That is really awesome. So, and then we have, let's see, in my younger years, I used to do a burning ceremony. That's pretty cool.
oh, I like doing that.
And yeah, I'll have to ask you about that one. Linda Nielsen says, just was curious, working on making sure I don't have anything in the way of future relationships to come. Yeah. And to me, that's why chords, even though because I don't physically see, I feel.
Right, you're
So there's a
kinesthetic.
difference because I'm more empathetic. I'm more of the
Yeah, you're kinesthetic. I mean, and
yeah.
that's what I've said before as far as the audio visual kinesthetic. You may hear it. Maybe it might be like a zzz,
Yeah.
like I'll see like these wires all burnt out in me, and I'm like, okay, I got to rewire.
Yeah,
But
see, to
But
me,
I'll hear
it's
the
a
zzz,
feeling.
or
It
you'll
could
feel it,
be, yeah, if I'm running my hands over somebody, I
or
can
you'll see
feel
it.
it,
Yeah,
or it's a severe emotion that's coming at me from a certain point. So, yeah, it's like I don't visualize, I kind of see things
you're kinesthetic,
differently.
which is
Oh, thank
fine.
you. Oh, thank you. It really stinks to get old because you have all this new lingo. So she told me, Rebecca told me what that means. I said, IMHO, and I looked confused, and she says, in my humble opinion. Thank you.
What's a Joe?
IMHO means in my humble opinion. I didn't know that.
HOB?
No. Hold on. Sorry, IMHO.
HO.
Yeah, in
What does
my
that
humble
stand
opinion.
for?
Yeah, it's an abbreviation. It means in my humble opinion. This is what
What's
happens when you talk to old folks here, because I'm
what
old.
is a HO?
Humble opinion. In my
Oh,
humble opinion.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I didn't know what it meant.
I didn't either.
It's like my son will message me from Florida, and it's like, okay, English, dude. I'm speaking it. No, you're speaking jive or something else. That's not English. English helps. It's like it's hard. It's difficult because the generational gap. You can't do it. You can't figure it out.
Susan,
Yeah.
I heard for me to do a tone, and then I heard the word release. So I
Okay.
think certain things are surfacing with people that need to be released. And as far as you change your frequency, you're gonna attract the people of your new frequency. The other
Yes.
people will fade away.
Yes.
They just won't match. All right.
Okay. See that what I felt in my heart. I felt that one in my heart. Oh no, honey, don't apologize. Don't apologize at all. You're actually being Rebecca, you're actually being more helpful than my own kids here. No offense. That's my youngest one. Won't tell me what it means. He thinks it's hilarious that I don't know. Maybe it's his little lingo code. So, but
Yeah,
no, I appreciate the information. Trust me. I really do. Thank you. Those kids just want a reason to pick on us, says Linda. Oh my God. So I don't know, maybe. But you know what? The thing that I have learned with everything that's actually happened the past couple weeks is I've learned to actually laugh at situations.
and,
Literally.
and
I'm
that's where
not
you
getting
raise your
upset
frequency.
anymore.
Well, and that's where you raise your vibration.
So
The love
weird.
is the love. Bashar calls it your passion to get the things that you need.
Yeah.
It's feeling with your most excitement,
It's
and
it's
it's sense
just
of humor is so important.
I'm literally going in the bank laughing.
Well, good for
I
you.
I've been in that bank 3 times over the same thing. Rather than get upset, I couldn't help but laugh. You gotta be kidding me. That's probably why I got that. I got a one shirt and it's and again I can't really say it on there. And it says I'm pretty sure my last words will be, "Are you kidding me?"
Right.
Yeah, so I can't really say that on air, but yeah. So I mean, I have one of those, and it's literally it's a laughter type things. Now, to me, I would have to say, and again, I want your honest opinion too. I would have to say to me, because I'm learning to laugh when diverse situations or problems arise versus getting upset or angry, go, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm laughing at it. So that has to be a part of me is growing.
Accepting.
Yes. Yes.
You
So
know,
does
and
that also deal with our frequencies?
oh
When
yeah,
we're
because
changing.
remember
Right,
when I said it's like we have the spectrum. The
right.
depression is feeling of powerlessness, and then Bashar said the anger is good because we're starting to get those out.
Yes,
And then also those different parts, the alpha, beta, theta, delta,
right.
and we open up those neurons, as far as that brain that goes on. But the other end of the spectrum is being at peace, being loving, you know,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
just
things
it
happen.
bounces. What?
Things happen.
Well, yeah,
What are you gonna do?
Well, yeah, the diabetes are like, okay, switch gears, and let's change the diet and just keep on going. And I was walking around the house with my foot with a bump on it, and and doing whatever it is. But it's like it's it's all part of whatever it is that's
Yeah,
going on.
it is. It's like when I went from working and going to school and raising 4 kids to being home with a broken back. Yeah, things happen. They do. You learn to adjust. So it was a big adjustment back then. But now I'm kind of used to it. And instead of like constantly on the go, 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 go physically, I'm more creative. So maybe that was their way of saying, okay, you need to sit down and be a little bit more creative. So it was the universe's way of saying,
Right. It's
yo,
meditative.
slow down.
Right. And that's why people want to control everything, and then that's where the
Yeah.
resistance happens, and then that's where your body tightens up, and then that's where you're like, I had so many lessons on letting go. And I
Yeah.
think I told you the story when I was at the casino and I got an inheritance from my uncle, and I'd be paying like 60 cents, you know, and I'd be arguing with my guides, going, bet more. I'm like, I don't want to bet more. They're like, bet more, and then Abby was channeling to them, and they're like, you're not listening to them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of lessons of once we let go of those things, then it allows more space of different things to come in. And we get in that neutral state, or, I mean, whatever guided me to the hospital, it took me 2 weeks, didn't know I was diabetic, could have died, could have had
Yeah.
my foot infected, could have had all kinds of stuff,
Yeah,
you know.
all kinds of stuff could have happened. You could have lost your foot too.
Right. And that's what I'm
Yeah,
like saying. And then all I hear is it's for a reason. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I'm just gonna go with whatever this reason is
yeah,
as far as what's happening. Um and so yeah, we get more creative, we get more fun.
yeah.
It's like it's our whole inner child, and I love somewhere I read our inner child is our ascension, you know, where we play, we learn, you know.
Oh, so I'm ascending because I'm a goofy child?
Yeah, you're in your excitable moment.
I am. I've been very goofy lately and I'm cool with it. I like
Well,
being
and
silly.
that's healing, you know.
That's the way I used to be many moons ago. I was
Right.
always very relaxed, goofy, silly,
I
just the who I was. And now you
You're
get.
getting back.
Yeah, it's like I'm
And
getting back to me. Now
like
it's not like the 80s. Yo, yeah, I'm cool. Yeah,
right,
still I'm cool. Yeah, I
right.
don't care.
It's like, I mean, I was never really allowed to stay at my parents' house, so a lot of
Right,
it was survival. So
right,
I was thrown out of the nest, or don't come back to the nest. My sister was 36. She didn't move at home, and she was mentally 12 years old.
right.
Anyway, so when they put my other sister as trustee, who's a sociopath, I call it
Yeah,
soul killing. And it took me a long time to get back in because she'd be bullying me, she'd be writing, she'd be playing
yeah,
these head games. She took me to court, all these things that are going on. And I'm finally back into the way that I was,
right.
because that's what these people do that are around us. They soul kill us. They
Yeah, they do.
manipulate us,
A lot of us will do that. Sorry, I'm looking
and
at something at the same time.
and we
Yeah,
go or we go on automatic, or whatever it is that's going on. And so once you get back into that playfulness, that intuitiveness, and and tarot is the sun, and that's when you're most intuitive. It's like, oh, okay, we'll go play here. Oh, we'll go over here. Because once you think about something, then you've lost it.
it's
Right.
we just have to learn how to just. It's okay to be who you are. Be yourself. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah,
Rebecca said big hugs. Loved spending time and sharing with everyone, but I must go. See you again soon. Bright blessings, my dear. Bright blessings.
so basically, I think it's our authentic self runs vertically and our personality runs horizontally. So when I do a lot of healing on myself,
Right.
because the whole thing is to be our authentic self, the laughter, the
Okay.
play, when we're like doing like back like what I was talking about with Brene Brown with the fitting in instead of the fitting in versus
Acceptance.
acceptance.
Yeah.
But basically, I will see a lot of these black crosses, not religious, but it's the horizontal and the personality releasing out of me,
Right.
because we've had to fit in to these different things. Like my therapist said, I had two different laughs when I was 30. It's like one was, to be accepted, even though people were putting me down. And then he goes, you had a real laugh type of
Right.
thing. And so it's just kind of interesting on the way we present ourselves to be liked, loved,
And
whatever it is that
that's
goes
and
on.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I really don't feel that anybody or any one of you guys out there need to change who you are as an individual just to feel loved, because you should be loved for who you are, good, bad, and indifferent, and someday you'll find that. It could be anything. Could be, it doesn't have to necessarily be another half. It could be a kid. It could be a dog, a cat, a bird. It's just somebody is just going to love and accept you for every part of yourself. And that's what I strive for you guys. I hope you feel that and open up to that beautiful green energy that's around you.
I gotta do another tone. I got that Stevie Wonder look again. Did you see it,
She's,
Susan?
or
Is that what
sometimes
it is?
it's the deer in the headlights.
Oh, well, I was feeling the wave.
Yep.
All right, so this one they're like telling me survival or energies or instincts, whatever you want to call that goes on.
Right.
I was feeling like dense energy releasing out of people.
I
Um,
could have sworn I heard an "oh yeah,"
okay, yeah.
literally, like it was definitely a male voice. Like I don't know, it was like, "Oh yeah." Well, you were doing that tone, like a deep male going, "Oh yeah." I don't know how else to explain it, but I could have
It's
sworn that's
okay, Susan. I understand.
yeah. It was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "All right, sure."
Well, and that's what I said. Males, I think because it's not singing and emotional, they resonate really well with it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as what's going on, I got to hit it again because I got whatever the energy cracked. It just needs to be like moving. Because back in I read like tones, they used to use like tones or sounds to move rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
and then because I send the articles to Susan and I forget about them. But like the deep sound ones and the deep astral ones and the deep
Yep.
cave ones, and how it resonates in the body and the whole thing on that. Yeah, it's like a group energy cracking that's going on. It's kind of interesting.
It could be because different people are coming and going as we're speaking as well. So
Right.
all right. Did anybody else say, why are we here? Did anybody else hear that? Guys, anybody else hear, why are we here? I could have sworn I heard that. I keep, and this is pretty normal for me, because a lot of times when you tone, I will hear words in her tones.
Right. Well, and that's what they
Yeah.
talk to me. Like they're using, as we're doing this,
Yeah.
they'll say, oh, we're doing the tones to release. I'm like, okay, you know. But yeah, they talk to me. It's like there's initiations, there's
Yeah.
sounds, they're old energies. And that's what they said. I said, what do the tones do? It says it releases people's Akashic records.
Yeah. And
You
that's what
know,
it is. When Marcy tones, sometimes I hear the tone and feel it. And sometimes I actually hear the words.
right.
Yeah, so it's pretty fascinating to me. So you can always see my it's like when I'm feeling it, you'll see my emotion, and when I'm hearing it, I heard that.
Well, see, and that's what people don't understand.
Yeah,
They can't deal with dense energy. So these people say, I pray and I pray and I pray. Well, if you've got like 500 pounds of this black energy,
right.
they don't deal with it. So as we release the tones,
Exactly.
it releases the carbon energy, which turns into the crystalline energy. And it's like school. You go into these different levels, different dimensions,
Yeah.
or they come to you. You know, I'll see golden doors opening up, or,
Excuse
you know,
me. I burped.
oh, good. I
Oh.
was supposed to do one for Howie. For some reason, Howie's got some stuck energy
Ugh.
or frustration
Okay.
energy or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, JL said you were 100% right what you were talking to him about the energy, the gray and stuff. He's going, oh yeah, she's right.
Oh yeah, I've been
Yeah.
doing this for,
Yeah.
and that's what, when I was like 20, 21, and my friend and I'd gone up to the rainbow gathering with one friend, had a whole bunch of deja vus, went up to Spokane, no, not Spokane, it's middle of Washington to go pick apples with these two hippies from Florida. And I ended up having all these deja vus and wasn't expecting to go. Anyway, my roommate and I decided we were going to move out. So I tried all these different things to different jobs. I thought it was one job, and it was like an au pair job for 4 kids, and that was another deja vu. That was the beginning of all this that was going on. It was like a white room, white wall.
Yeah.
Um, and the mom hired me. We got along great. The father wasn't too happy,
Uh,
but they said, well, what do you, I go, and she sent me to a channeler. I said, what do I do? They said psychokinesis. I said, what's that? They said moving and clearing energy. So
ah,
even at the 21, then it's just that journey just started where, you
right.
know, I think I
Huh.
go one way and they're like, no, you're going over here.
Yep. Yep.
And so the best thing is just because there's so many around them, it's
Yeah.
just go with whatever it is going on. Don't resist it. Don't fight it. If you feel like you need to go someplace,
Go with the
go.
flow. Yep. Just definitely go with the flow, guys. All right, Marcy, we got time for one more awesome tone.
Okay.
Nothing like pushing it after she just gets out of the hospital, huh, guys?
Well, is everybody feeling releases with the tones? Because we're bringing up like,
I think a lot of people just are listening at the moment.
okay.
Yeah.
Some big energy just like popped.
I felt that one. That one I felt. That was an awesome one. I felt that one.
Well, and I don't know if I've gone into it, but we have Christ and Mary Magdalene, which is actually Sananda and Lady Nada. And I kept on hearing Lady Nada, I don't know, about 6 months ago. And
Yeah.
then I started reading the articles on her because they are twin flames and they have a retreat in Lake Titicaca. She comes in with, I think, the yellow rose energy that comes on because
Right.
they can match my frequency or I can match theirs, or different entities come in and try different things. And then they're like, this is what you're supposed to do, and no, you're not supposed to go somewhere, or go take a bath, go lie down. You know,
Linda Nielsen says that her keyboard is sick and it's hard for her to type. I've had one of those.
oh, automatic typing.
No, she has her keyboard sick. In other words, it doesn't always type all the time, right? Correctly. So,
She might be
yeah.
blowing circuits. You
No,
know,
her actual keyboard.
I know you could blow probably keyboard circuits. You know, anything electronic, or maybe they want to type through you. You know, you never know.
Don't mind me.
They'll automatically type through you.
Oh my God, guys. All right. Believe it or not, it's 8 o'clock. If there's a topic you want us to touch on, please let me know. She's gonna get a new keyboard. I used to blow through coffee pots, girl. So amethyst, a nice little amethyst chunk. I got a little one over here. Nice little amethyst chunk. Keep it on your electronics until you balance out your energy.
Also,
yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Susan? Have you heard of shungite?
Yes, shungite is really good to put in your water. It actually takes all the impurities out of water.
Right.
It
Well, it's also
purifies
good for your computer.
Yeah.
You
So
put near
that's
your
what
computer.
I use. I use shungite for that, but I have some of that too. All right, guys. So tomorrow we have Paranormal Outlaws tomorrow night. Woohoo! So don't expect niceties there, guys. Come and listen to straight, honest, hardcore. And then we have the Orion Effect that will be coming on. The Orion Effect will be on Sunday, and then we have Mysteries Behind the Scenes, Otter's Den. I think Mystic Mayhem should be up
All right,
this
Susan, I gotta
week
go.
on Tuesday. All right, hon.
Much
All
love
right.
to everyone.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye. So Mystic Mayhem is also coming up for that. And after Mystic Mayhem, we have Bag of Nuts. Bag of Nuts is awesome. And oh, that's me. That's with the Crazy Pixie. That's on Tuesdays. And Wednesdays, I think What's Going Down is on this week. And then, of course, on Fridays, Beacon in the Dark. So, and there's more shows coming, guys. So don't forget to stay tuned. Oh, if I could get my bloody mouse to work. Her keyboard, my mouse. I don't know. It's one of those things. What are you gonna do? Good night.